Sproles in the backfield, 3rd down and 12. Wentz can't find anyone, spins away, under pressure, still on his feet. Now he fires downfield, and it's caught by Nelson Aguilar for an Eagles touchdown. 58 yards.
He's going deep in the middle of the field. Torrey Smith. And Torrey Smith is in for an Eagles touchdown. The blitz is on, and Wentz has time, and floats it for Aguilar, who makes the catch on the run. Nelson Aguilar puts a move on, and yes, that's an Eagles touchdown.
Wentz on the 1st down, looks, he's going to run, penalty flag thrown as Wentz goes into the end zone. Wentz got sandwiched at the goal line.
Now that he's out, get in my mentions, please. The Eagles, you don't win another game!
It's 23 touchdowns to 20 interceptions. It's a 78 quarterback rating. It's 6.5 yards per attempt. It's very typical NFL backup stuff.
This kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
When did Carson go down? Okay, since that point, no one's given us a chance. Nobody has given us a chance. And I understand Carson's a great player, but every week our guys are hearing the same thing, that now we're all of a sudden not good enough. You know, we're 13-3, we have the best record in football, we're, you know, home field advantage throughout.
We want Brady! We want Brady! We want Brady! We want Brady!
Should he be considered the greatest ever?
100%. Yeah. I mean, you know, you've always got two sides of arguments usually when people are talking about greatness. It's like, well, how good are you? What are your stats? You know, what do you look like on the film? And then there's the people who always want to validate it by wins and championships. Well, he's got both. And I don't think how you can argue or who you can compare him to say that he's not the best of all time.
Tom Brady's just about done. It could be his next game he plays, it could be a year from now, but he is going to fall off a cliff. Tom Brady is going to be a bum in short order.
Can you name the guys that were picked ahead of you, Tom?
The quarterbacks, Chad Pennington was picked in the 1st round. Chris Redman was picked. In the 3rd round, Giovanni Carmazzi was picked. In the 3rd round, I think. T. Martin was picked in the 5th round. Spurgeon Wynn was picked. There was one other guy, small school guy, Mark Bolger.
This is the draft report on you. Basically, it goes, poor build, skinny, lacks great physical stature and strength.
Lacks mobility and ability to avoid the rush. Lacks a really strong arm. Can't drive the ball downfield. Does not throw a really tight spiral.
And gets knocked down easily.
that kind of gets me fired up because I'm thinking, you know, what the hell do these people know? I mean, that sounds like Joe Montana right there.
Quarterback is about leadership, decision-making, IQ, pre-snap reads, brains, manipulation. That's what Brady's great at, the best that's ever played.
So if you're going to compete against me, you better be willing to give up your life because I'm giving up mine.
He is the greatest quarterback that has ever played. He doesn't have the strongest arm, but he's got the greatest will and pre-snap, drive, focus, endurance, discipline, efficiency, things that don't sell on the Kardashian show, but things that provide him with an edge on every other competitor.
Tom Brady didn't just eclipse the great Joe Montana within the confines of Super Bowl and NFL. Tom Brady eclipsed the man, MJ, Michael Jordan, as the greatest clutch player in all of sports history.
Out of that halftime, all but dead and done, New England not only mounted a comeback, but played a virtually flawless last 45 minutes, spearheaded once again by the GOAT, the greatest quarterback I've ever seen.
He did it to prove. He says, I'm still great. You think my greatness has to do with a football, because I can outthink you, and I got heart that I will not quit.
But that was mythical. That's Halo stuff. That's Zaire. That's 104 hitting jumpers. It's the first time I walked out and I'm like, he's floating to that locker room.